and thank you for tuning into another Cloud Report. Today we're going to go over kind of like a walkthrough of my time at the FETC conference. And a technology conference is a kind of a gathering of people in technology. You learn things, sessions, PDs. You get to play with wonderful toys, but we're going to get into that in a second. So I arrived in Orlando and at that wonderful Orange County Convention Center. Probably my main critique about the conference is that the layout was pretty bad. I Fitbit on, and before I was even in the first session, I had almost 8,000 steps. The biggest issue was that in the beginning, the first couple of days, the exhibition floor wasn't open, so you couldn't actually traverse the exhibition floor to get from north to south. So you actually had to go outside and go around and go through a parking lot. And other expos and conferences I've been to in the past, they usually build in some time for like lunch, walking, especially if it's that big. I have to pick all the sessions back to back to back to back, but if you're going to a technology conference, you want to go to the session. So I had to bring my some snack bars with me to make. If you're going to go to the conference, make sure you bring stuff with you to eat and drink. So first thing, probably one of the best sessions there, Nancy Penchev. Her website is below. On her website, she has a lot of resources, and I really strongly suggest you take a look at them. I was really stunned by a lot of the information I got there. In Nancy's session, I really found a lot of good stuff that I could take back to my district. Another thing that I had a problem with was I had this really awesome session I was looking forward to. They had changed the program. So when I got there, instead of discussion about an author and the book and about gamification, it was kind of this pseudo gamification session with BrainPOP. One of the problems with conferences is a lot of times the sessions turn into extended commercials for whatever their product is. BrainPOP is coming out with, or probably already has, video games for their content, which to me is good for those of us who actually pay for a subscription for all of our students. But I know a lot of teachers out there share logins for the videos. And so one of the biggest things I see right now is BrainPOP's trying to fix that by making it each student has to have a license and things. One of the coolest things, and I've seen this time and time again in different places, is a nice little digital display wall. I immediately contacted my director of IT and said, I want all your old iPads and tablets, and we have these flat screen TVs that nobody uses. So I want to make sure that I can really do this, because one of the biggest problems I have as an educator is it's great to display all the makerspace stuff and it's great to display artwork, but it's difficult to display digital creations. And something like this would really help me. I forget what company had it, but it was beautiful, so it was great. Alive Studios, they have Letters Alive and Math Alive. As you can see here, that's really big in augmented reality. You can take cards and they kind of pop out. Another one, Square Panda. I found this was a pretty cool little program where you made interactive sentence building and letters and word building. Here's me with Z-Space. Now, I've seen Z-Space for a couple of conferences, and they're getting better and better and better. It's one of the biggest problems with me with virtual reality for my kids is that the buy-in for something like Google Cardboard is, at least a class set of 20 to 30 headsets, phones. Well, Z-Space kind of flips it on its end. So what Z-Space does is it gives you pretty much 3D glasses, which are relatively durable for the little guys. And it keeps the VR space just to your one little screen. So you can have 3 people looking at the screen, and you can use the pen, but they can pull things out, put it in, and work within a 3D workspace. Tadcaster. Now, as a package, Tadcaster is used to take videos and things of that nature. iPad. So it's kind of an ease of use for students and and for teachers. Now another great aspect about Texpo's in Atlantic City. It had a ton of science stuff, which allowed you to use a microscope and it displayed on your computer screen. And the other one was Pasco. One of the issues that I generally have with science technology is it's geared middle school, high school, upper school, in that area. So let's get to some robots. I saw the bee-bop, which is what this is right here. And I really enjoyed it. It's a little robot that you can program in the top and it goes through the different mats. But think about the old toys where you're just like boop, 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 and it goes and does its thing. And of course, the most famous robot of them all, Moby from BrainPOP. I'm just completely starstruck. And they did have some other robots, but there wasn't too many robots this year. One thing they did have a plethora of was 3D printers. One of them was this really nice one, the Delta Maker. And its, lack of a better term, shtick was that my hands. It was much taller, so it had like a huge area for it to be. So you could do a tall vase. Obviously, the stacker here does multicolor, which I found awesome. One of the things that kids get disappointed about is that it doesn't come out in color. Sure, you can paint it, but it doesn't come out in color. The last one I really found that I thought was really interesting was a company called NWA 3D. Straight out of Compton. Not that NWA. It's a different kind of NWA. Inexpensive, basic 3D printer. What if I could put one of these, if not in every classroom, but at least like one in every grade level, right? Would the teachers use it? And I actually had this really great conversation with Rodney Turner, and that's at Techie Turner in Twitter. He basically said, are they going to use it as well? And if I build it, will they come to 3D printing? And I appreciate Rodney for really helping me out with that decision-making process. Two of the things that really interest me at the conference, first of all, was the Catchbox. Catchbox is basically a microphone inside this plush little square. You take it and you toss it to a kid and it's plush, it doesn't hurt them and all that stuff. And they can talk into it. Great way to get people to participate in your discussions and things of that nature. Another company out there called Q-Ball that makes a very similar device, actually much cheaper than the Catchbox, where the Catchbox is very light, and I felt if I threw it to one of my kindergartners, it would just kind of bounce off. The Q-tip felt more like one of those gym ball type of things, so really heavy Nerf material. I felt as if I threw it at one of my kids, it would probably hit him in the face, and there'd be lots of crying, and it didn't make me feel comfortable that way. This guy developed MMO for math. It can answer math questions and level up and craft. I was very intrigued by this game, and a special thanks to him for entertaining all of my questions. I raked him through the coals, unfortunately, but I was really interested in the game, and I wanted to see if it'd be a good fit for my school. But one of the really cool things is that, as I'm talking to him, I saw this other gentleman. I don't know if this is true, but I felt like it was like his dad. But I felt like the guy there was like watching intently to our conversation. Again, it might not have been. It might have been like a partner or something like that. But it seemed like he was just prideful in his son. I got that vibe. So that's the FETC. Thank you for watching. I was not compensated for anything here. I will put all the links down below. To make sure you like my videos and subscribe, so you can also look at my website, which is mostly a blog, at thecloudreport.org, and it gives you all the links to everything. The background behind me is Longwood Gardens. Testing out also this new camera, which I just dropped the ProStream webcam, which you might see a video for this later. And with it, it comes with this really cool feature that allows you to change your backgrounds. You might see videos with, different backgrounds. And let's see, here's one. No, there's me at Penn. Woo! And go to me to Ireland, Thanks, and enjoy your day. Stay tech savvy. Keep on teching. I don't know what else to say. My wife tells me I have to come up with some sort of catchy outro. I don't know.